All right, welcome back to BM Talks to them. So today we have Amir, and Amir was on what episode was you on, bro?
I was on episode 30.
Oh wow, we're
Yeah, I
taking it
was
way back.
last November.
Wow, that was all the way last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's back again, and he's found love. So we want to meet who he's found. And do you want to introduce her?
Yeah, this is my beautiful, amazing girlfriend, Kalani.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
For sure, for sure. So how you both doing? Let's begin by telling us how you both met and just what is really going on.
So we're both artists. We both do music. And we kind of met through a mutual friend of ours, Frank. And he threw an event back home in New York. She flew out from Eugene, Oregon,
Mhm.
to essentially just like pursue music, do her thing and whatnot. And then we kind of connected there, and slowly but surely started becoming friends. Fast forward to we did a couple tours and whatnot, and yeah, the chemistry was just there.
Yeah.
It was just natural, like it legit start. I think around the time you was talking to somebody or dating somebody then.
hmm Yeah, I was in a relationship for one of the tours. I think the first tour we went on. And but then we went on our second tour and I was single, and so I kind of started pursuing maybe we could be more than friends. And
Yeah. It was just it legit just was like a natural chemistry. We was watching Tubi, like like after the show or after the tour, eating food,
Hmm.
it's everything just felt natural and organic. And so like it kind of snowballed from there where it's just like, oh, you know what? I kinda like you too. Okay, let's kind of vibe, and like slowly but surely we started to do that.
yeah.
But then unfortunately just life got in the way of that. So we just ended up, not working out for a good season, which was maybe a month after that is when I went on the show.
Okay. So you dated before you went on it. So you two was kind of like was you
Yeah, but we
talking?
Yeah, we were like talking, still filling each other out. We just like were pursuing something more than friendship, but we weren't necessarily like together
yeah,
in a
Okay.
relationship.
it never got to the point
Yeah.
of being in an
Official. So it
official
wasn't official, yeah.
relationship. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there were a lot of factors. It was not only just long distance, but we both had life things going on in that
hmm
season. And so after we kind of just like split. We kind of did our own thing and whatnot, and yeah, that was what kind of like my friend told me about the show. We would watch the show, and then he just essentially told me, he said, "Bro, I feel like you would be good, man. You're tall. Like that's a lot of the thing. That'd be the main thing they'd be looking for, bro." And I was like, I
Tall,
mean.
dark, and handsome. Like,
I
yeah,
mean,
he'd be.
on this show you can be tall, but you're not tall enough. That's another thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
problem. Yeah,
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 they
so
want
we've
somebody
learned.
who's
yeah. They were like, "You 6 foot? You don't look it." And y'all be this man. But yeah, it was kind of that one of the main factors that kind of pushed me into going, only because like dating in New York, it can
Mhm.
be hectic, and I'm at a season of my life where I'm very intentional on what I want. And if you're searching in the same pool consistently and you're not finding it, you want to outsource to see what else you can find. And that was what made me try the show.
Well, when I saw him on the show, I was a little devastated just because I know that we didn't work out, but when he told me he was going on it, wasn't really a fan of the show at the time. I didn't really know about it. And so when I saw what it was all about, the whole time I'm watching the show, I felt like I was kind of being a little bit of a hater because I was like, I really hope that nobody picks him. Like,
Ah, damn.
that's terrible. Like, I obviously wanted you to be happy,
Mm.
but I was hoping and praying that after we were able to take some times for ourselves, that we were able to like rekindle and maybe come back and find each other again. So when I saw what it was about, I was like, oh no, please, please leave him alone.
Wow. I mean, he nearly matched, right? You nearly matched.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah, yeah. He had me at the edge of my seat.
Okay, so Coloni, I want to ask you, what made you want to actually take things serious with Amir?
Mm. Well, after I took some time of us apart, I regained my faith in the Lord, and so I started pursuing my walk with Christ again. And I also got sober. I had been dealing with some of my own personal stuff with like alcohol
Mhm.
and things, and so I got sober and I got clear minded, and I started walking with the Lord again. And in that newfound relationship again with the Lord, I realized that being in a serious relationship is something that I wanted to do, because before I was really hesitant, from past situations and things, feelings being hurt and feeling really lost in that. And so I knew that that was something I did want to pursue. And then I was doing music, and he actually offered for me to stay with him on a very platonic friendship vibe. It was no
It legit was like
trying
you
to
could come.
pursue
Yeah,
me.
I said you can sleep on
Mhm.
the couch, and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
because it was like once we ended, you know what I mean. Like I want to respect those boundaries of just having like a friendship dynamic, you know.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you saw him on the show, that was your wake up call.
I would say it was a spark and it was a seed planted in my mind, but it wasn't quite enough to push me to like fully reach out and say like, hey, let's do this again. But after that time of me finding the Lord, getting sober, and then going and doing this music thing, sorry, my kids are in the background.
Okay.
um, doing this music thing, and him inviting me to his home, we just rekindled and realized like, oh wow, I don't know why I let you go. And
Oh.
after the trip was over, I just felt it on my heart to just reach out to him and express how I felt.
No, she ain't just reach out, BM. She hit me. I've never had a
So
woman like hit me the way she hit me. It was very I love directness. You know, sometimes in
Mm.
dating we can leave a lot of things and it can be very ambiguous. Right after she had left, and it was legit just a friendship weekend, and like we even talked about like the show where she was like, like seeing you on the show, like, I'm sorry to hear that, it didn't work out, da da da. Like, what was your experience on the show and everything? Right after she flew back, it was very much just like, hey, look, let's stop beating around the bush. Like, I truly care about you. And there are a lot of things that I didn't know I needed to receive from a partner, the qualities that I see in you. And then I feel like I have a lot of qualities that I can bring to your life. I'm talking about like just very direct and like forward. And then she said a key word of I would love the opportunity to potentially be your wife.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, and that was just I've never had like anyone just be that. I'm talking about. I'm looking at the text message. I had to stand up. I was like, hold up, wait, what? Like I I felt happy, but then a part of me also felt scared because it was like in the moment was okay, yeah, we didn't work out before, and I'm glad that you're bettering things in your life. And my initial reaction was I hope it wasn't just because we still have a chemistry, or I hope it wasn't because you see me on the show and you see I'm actively pursuing something intentional. But it wasn't anything like that. It was legit just her wanting to truly connect in a way that was just natural. Like it really isn't anything forced. And I think that's one of the things I love about it. And maybe it was the show that put the seed in her head to be like, hold up,
Let
I'm
me let
bugging.
me
We
let me
about to
actually
have
let me interrupt there, right? Because I'm very direct, you know me. I want to be completely direct.
Mhm.
If she did not see you on the show, do you think things would end like this, the way it's going right now? Do you think that she would have reached out if she did not see you on the show?
um maybe. I don't know if I don't think it would have been maybe as fast as she did. Like I do feel like the show, just like what she said, put a seed in her head, just to be like, because I'm talking about the qualities of things that I like, and you let me know if I'm wrong. I'm sure as I was talking about those qualities of being like a woman of God and all of that, I'm sure you were looking at it like, dang, this boy really talking about me. I just wasn't ready, or I wasn't prepared, or maybe I was a little scared or something like that. And so it
Because
was,
yeah, sorry to cut you, because you had a lot of good comments. People really liked you on the show,
yeah,
and I'm pretty sure you had a lot of DMs flowing as
yeah.
well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually a good lesson to teach people. you might have something good and then you don't pursue it. And then later on, when you see that this person could be moving on, you're like, oh wow, like maybe I missed my opportunity. But if you act on it quick enough, the opportunity is not missed, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel
Right.
like
Mhm.
I feel like with her seeing you and how you present yourself on the show, gave her the edge to be like, wait, that's a good guy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think that, well, I know you asked him, but to answer your question, I think the answer is yes, only because I did get to experience what it would have been like to have somewhat of a relationship with you prior.
Mhm.
And the reason that we broke things off was so that we could remain having at least a friendship while we worked on what we needed to work on.
Uh-huh.
That friendship base was something really valuable to me, and it still is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember Amir, I actually called you quite a few times and we talked for a while. And you told me, you know, you're looking for an intentional woman. You're looking for somebody that cares for people, just like
Yeah.
you, because you care. Um, and I was like, yeah, it's very difficult to find
Yeah.
to find someone like that. But you were taking your time. So for you to have found love like this says that you really do care for this woman right here, right?
Yeah. Like it really has been, just in the brief, I guess, like time and moments, all of this kind of just like fast tracked and happened. It really has been a lot that we both got to experience. One is the fact that we are long distance. I know a lot of people on the show
Hmm.
always complain about, oh man, like that's too far, and it'll be like a state over.
Yeah.
She lives in Oregon, I live in New York, and we've been able to have a communication where we're not only talking, FaceTiming every day, but for the most part, we'll fly to each other at least once a month. So like either I'll fly her to New York or she'll fly me to Oregon, and even that was like another thing where it's like, you gonna fly me out? Okay.
Right.
She was like, I want to see you. Yes, I want to fly you out. And so it's just like, it's been very, my favorite word, intentional,
Hmm.
just about everything and how we communicate, even if we have like disagreements or something like that. It's not, I can safely say, like, we never like yelled at each other like, what are you talking about?
No.
It's always been like, okay, we can have like a exchange where we're just trying to understand each other's point. But if I ever feel like I'm in the wrong, I'll apologize. If she
Hmm.
feels like she's in the wrong, she'll apologize. And it's just very refreshing to experience those things, because just dating in general can be complicated. And then being on the show and experiencing that, and then just seeing how like fast paced and how like blunt and direct people can be if they're not interested, or your fashion choice, your earring, whatever. And then to now experience something where it's like we can legit have conversations. I love that. Like, it's your favorite word. This is what it's all about. You know?
Right, right. You know, one thing that you said that I'm very glad about, I'm very glad to hear is when you said that you found your faith again. So I'm assuming you're Christians, right?
Yes.
Okay. Jesus is good.
Yes,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I mean, let's talk about that, right? Because it was a very powerful statement that you made. You was going through some things and you found Christ, and now
Oh, you're about to make me emotional.
you're
Okay.
you're here now. So how important is finding Christ in your life?
Christ is everything. I'm nothing without Christ. He gives me strength, gives me purpose. He is my strength and my purpose. Um, it's very dark without the Lord. Um, it's very confusing. You try to find love and comfort in in worldly things and materials. I used to live a very different lifestyle where materials were things that I confided in for love, money, a lot of things. And so, um, when he had mentioned flying him out, uh, that had to do a big part of a leap of faith for me, because beforehand I lived in a mind state, and I think society and culture right now is in that mind state where women are like, oh, you're going to pay for everything. And if you can't afford it, then we can't be together and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, well, no, if we're in a relationship, then sometimes it's going to be like this, it can't all be on one side or on the other side. And so, of course, I'm going to pay for your flight to come out to see me, and of course you're going to pay for my flight to come to see you. And sometimes if one of us are in a little bit of a bind, of course I'm going to be there to take care of it for you. It's not okay, I'm going to drop you like a bad habit because you're in a bad season. And that's somewhere that I used to be, and that was because of my lack of faith, trying to rely on my own understanding and my own strength, which is just not existent. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
everything.
So
And
you
it's
need.
it's
Yeah, go on, bro.
no, I was just gonna say it's crazy how God allowed things to happen, because like in without going into too many details, like this is a very stressful season for me with just life things going on, family things going on. And so to have God send me her like again, to not only be there for me like on a relationship level, but also like praying for me, telling the people at her church to pray for me, where now they're hitting me up, hey, because I've met them, and they'll be like, hey, just don't use some prayer,
Hmm.
like those things really do mean a lot, like when as men I feel like we try to carry so much of a burden, or we have a pride to ourselves. And I'm African, so I definitely have that level of pride to myself as well too, and it's just refreshing to be able to have a safe space to talk about literally anything. Like if I'm just down, or if I just want to just like be mad, she's been many times just letting me talk and
Mm.
not just listening, not replying, not doing anything, just letting me get what I need to out, and I can truly say I've never experienced that in anyone I've dated before. And so like all of those things just reassure me even more, like, oh no, I'm locked in,
Yeah,
like for certain.
that's great. That's great. That's absolutely fantastic, guys. One thing I always like to say is you need to have some type of faith, some type of belief in, you know, something. Because when you need to go for advice or anything like that, as Christians, we go to God. So many people, when there's an issue in their relationship, they want to go and tell their friends, ask their friends for advice
Mm,
instead of going to God first.
right.
So I'm glad that you both found each other like this. I want to ask you both, where are you both now?
Like physically or in a
Like yeah,
relationship?
like
Yeah, what's
relationship
your what's
wise.
what's your status right now?
Oh, our
Oh yeah,
status.
yeah,
Oh
we're
yeah, we're
together.
in a
Yeah, yeah,
relationship.
we're together.
Okay.
Yes.
So how
I'm
long?
I'm patiently waiting to become his wife every
Oh,
day.
yeah, wait till my friend. What's going on? What's this? You're taking too long.
We going through the steps.
Yeah.
She's met my mother. I've literally yesterday I've got the privilege of meeting her mom.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I've met her father as well too. She has to meet my father. Shout out to my dad, by the way. He had a whole spiel on, I guess, how the last episode went, where he was upset how it went down. He was like, "What? How they not pick my son? What? I was." but but yeah, I want her to meet my father, meet my family side on there as well too. And once God allows like the time to happen, yeah, it's a weird thing where it's like I don't feel like it's, do I feel like I want to get to that point? Can we get to that point? For me right now, in my comfort, let me not speak for you, but in my comfort, it's more so like this will happen, and God is like, all right, just follow the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that if I could just add on to what you're saying, like we both know that that is that's what we're going to do. Like we are
Yeah.
going to get married. It's just the time frame. I think with the long distance,
Mm.
making sure that we are incorporating our lives together before we make that step.
Yeah.
So meeting each other's family. That's because family is really important to the both of us. Our friends. Spending longer periods of time together when we
Hmm.
do make visits so that I can get to understand his way of living and my way of living. And I have two children from previous relationships. And so all of those things are really important, and getting a certain unity with all of those things before we go ahead and make that step. So it's
Yeah,
not if, it's just when.
when.
Mm.
And there's two things that I always tell people when trying to get serious in a relationship. Um, one, going too fast will ruin a relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
two,
Mm.
going too slow will also ruin a relationship.
Mm.
Yes.
You need to pick the right balance, the right time to do things. So when you're both financially stable and you know that we think we can make this work, then all right. But if you go too fast and then you're not financially stable, that's
Mm-hmm.
when things start
Yeah.
going wrong. If you go too
Yeah.
slow and especially the men, a lot of men take forever, 4 or 5 years to put a ring on a finger, and it's like, what are you doing, brother? Like you could have left her for
Yeah,
someone else. You're wasting
exactly.
all this time. So
Right.
don't go too slow, don't go too fast. Just find the balance.
What's crazy is
And
that was kind of my mindset like when I was younger. Like I remember I was in a relationship where I had directly told her, "Hey, I don't plan to get married until I'm minimum 30." And this is when I was like 22, and she just looked at me crazy, like, "What?" And I guess at that season of my life, I didn't feel like that level of connection. But like with this, it's completely different. It doesn't feel like, oh, I need to get to a certain point. It's more so just I want to make sure we're prepared in all the
right.
ways that we can to
Yeah.
properly set us up for when we get to that point. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
it's not just a wedding day. Like don't get me wrong, I'd love
And
to
it's
have a
not
nice
just
wedding day.
us.
Yeah,
Like, it's not
Yeah.
just us. We both have people that we're responsible for.
yeah,
People knocking on my door right now.
yeah,
So hold on, just excuse me for a moment. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
But yeah, no, it's like I said, overall, it's been really much, very much a blessing, and I truly am humbled that it happened this way. You know what I mean? Like where it wasn't just because I remember a lot of people asked me what was my intention in going on the show, like friends and family, and I was like, no, I sincerely want to find love. I sincerely went on the show to see if I could find a match, and I was very honest and intentional about it. I didn't want to lie or sugarcoat or anything like that. Like, and I know a lot of people. Somebody commented saying, "Oh, he's a musician." I know what that means. That means he get around, or a lot of people have stigmas to things, and I just want to. I feel like I just do my part to show, like, no, don't assume all these stigmas. Like, I'm just trying to find love just like everybody else, and trying my best to do it not only the right way but God's way.
Right.
And I know that's what she's focused on, and I think that's where we truly like align in that.
Yeah. 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 Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So it's
So
a blessing, man.
I'm so sorry, guys.
you're good. You're good. All right.
Okay.
So let me actually ask about kids. So do you both have kids?
I have two children, ages 4 and 11. They're both
Hmm.
boys.
And I don't
And
have any.
okay, so how is that now? How is that going? Has that been difficult? Has that been challenging?
Well, on my end of things, from being the mother of the children and bringing somebody in, I think it's been wonderful having, in addition to the family, having a positive man figure for both my boys.
Mhm.
They love him to death, and their relationship is super beautiful. I think that they've are still, like, building that balance of, like, him becoming that father figure, not just a positive male figure, but also the father figure. But I feel like it's coming into place really nicely in the time frame that it has. So
Yeah, and I can remember. You can ask all my friends. There was definitely a season where just bad situations I was in where I was like, nah, I don't think I could date a woman with kids no more. Like, nah, I can. I need somebody on the same, like, no kids like me.
Mhm.
But it was. I don't know. I don't look at it the same as how previous situations were. This one is very much like I thoroughly love and enjoy hanging with your kids. We were watching all of the old, like the original Spider-Man movies, and it's
Mhm.
like they're enjoying it because they love Spider-Man. I'm enjoying it because it's nostalgic for me, and we're like finding that like area to bond with. You know, her oldest son, he's into video games
Mm.
and stuff. So it's like I'm able to nerd out, and you know, when we
Mhm.
talking games, and she'll be like, "All right, I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing,"
Yeah.
and then we kind
Mm.
of have that dynamic. And
You
then
guys went on a solo trip
yeah,
yesterday, which
we
was pretty major, for a single mom with children, and the boys wanted to do something, and I didn't really want to go, but I
yeah,
thought that they should still go have fun, and so he took the boys to go to trampoline park, and
Mm-hmm.
they had a fantastic time. And so just little things like that, just like building up more trust and more in the relationship,
yeah.
and yeah, just allowing him to become the father figure in the
Wow.
household is great.
So Amir, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
men will not do what you did. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of men cannot do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think what is it that made you still choose her?
I think it just everything just aligned so like in a divine way, like for like from God's playbook, you know, like just how everything happened, the level of communication that we have, the respect that we have for each other,
Mm-hmm.
the dynamic, the chemistry that we have. You know, if you see us together, everyone from her family to my friends, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I love y'all together. Like I
Mm-hmm.
love y'all chemistry together." And it's not only just that because yeah, we can have fun and with each other, but again, it's also like we can have those deep conversations. You know, together we try our best to truly create a safe space for us with things she has going on, things I have going on. And like I said before, it's just something I've never experienced. So I don't look at, you know, her children as, oh, these are things obstacles I have to get over to
Mm-hmm.
truly receive this blessing. You know, I look at it like, okay, well, these are two young men that, and I love kids, you know, these are two
Mm.
young men I have the opportunity to pour into their lives to whatever capacity they will allow me to, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
even if it's just like, hey, you the big homie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever level they will allow me to be in, you know, I would love to pour into these young men, and hopefully allow them to just be great when they get older, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like,
Yeah.
so I don't look at it as, oh, this is something extra that's gonna make it harder. Yeah, certain things might make it difficult, but you know, I have things on my end
Mm.
that, you know, make it difficult. You know, I have ill family members that I take care of, and so it's like, you know, that's something that we've had conversations on as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's kind of like a tit for tat almost, where you know we have things that surround us, but it truly is like not only the love that we have, but the faith that we have not only in Jesus, but the connection that we have, and it just like draws us to Him. You know, the closer we get to
Mm.
God, the closer we get into each other.
Mm-hmm.
So you chose love rather than let all these other things get in the way of love. Because you know, distance is there. She's got kids, but you chose love. You chose the fact that you both are, connecting in a way that you cannot connect with other women.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
very important. That's very good. Wow.
yeah. And like it really is humbling. Like that's the only thing I can say is it's humbling. It's a blessing. Um, I when I if you ask the younger me, would it have been ideal? I can't say that it would have been ideal, but
Mm.
you know, God has a way of surprising you and blessing you in many ways where it's like, okay, I'm not going to necessarily give what you feel you want. I'm going to give you and surround you with what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I
Right.
feel that on both ends.
Okay.
Definitely.
The
I
need right
agree.
there. Yeah. Wow, Amir, you're a good man.
Thank you, man.
This is what it's all about.
Come on now, I got the BM cosign, baby.
So, all right, guys. So, do you not have any future plans? Like more kids, maybe? Like, do you think you want to add
I mean,
in the
yeah, I mean,
future?
once you know, when God tells us and we get to the point of marriage, because we definitely would like to get married
Hmm.
first.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know, we definitely would like to create a bigger family
I
dynamic.
mean, you're African, or you're not African. I want to
Come on
keep
now,
adding.
yeah,
Yes.
we trying to make a little village out here.
Yeah.
Okay, so apart from that, how is it living with each other? Are you living? No, you're not living with each other. I mean, when you both stay with each other, how is that? Like in terms of like the manly duties and the woman duties, like how's that
Mm,
going? Because it's very
It,
important.
I
well, let me go. I think it's been great because it's two different experiences when she's in New York and then when I'm here. You
Mm,
know, I think one of the things where we, it's a work in progress. But it's been going great. Where it's like because she's been a single mom for a long time, and so like she's very used to like just taking care of handling things on her
mm,
own. And when I'm here, I'm like, babe, I got you. Like, what would you like me to do? I'm here. Like, if you
mm,
mhm.
if you need, I can carry the bags. I got this. You want me to put them in? And so like I know it's been a relief for her. But it's still something where it's like, oh wow, like I haven't had this before, and I'm blessed to have this now in my life while still being used to being like, oh, I got it. I could take care. And just carrying everything or something.
yeah. And for you, Kalani?
I would agree. He actually said what I was going to say as far as just it being two different experiences and like being in his world when I'm in New York and it's just a lot different than in Oregon, which is great. Because I get to like get a glimpse of his day to day, and so it also helps me like internalize when he's telling me he's going through things when I'm not there, when I am here and he's there. It's easier for me to, like I said, internalize what he's going through and
Mm,
and be able to feel for him and be like, oh yeah, that was a long day because I know it takes twice as long for you to get somewhere than it does for me because I drive and he takes the train in
Yeah.
New York or walks everywhere um and yeah, when he's here, it's kind of like getting used to turning not the switch off, but just like taking a step back and realizing like I do have a 6 foot tall man in my house, so there's no reason that I'm climbing on the counter to go
right,
grab
right.
something or pick
She'll
up
go get a
six
little ladder.
bags.
She'll go get a little ladder and put it out. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she'll be like, oh, I got to get this. What do you think I'm here for? Like, I got you. Let me just say, I got you.
Yeah, and I think with the long distance, us not living together full time, it just takes a second or a couple days or even some moments where I'll be like, oh yeah, I can utilize you. You are here,
Yeah.
and he
Mm,
wants to. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I,
That's cool.
I did want to say this because I know a lot of people on the show will always have issues with distance, and they'll feel, which never made sense to me because they're flying to Arizona to find love, but have issue with distance. I can truly say I feel like though it's hard at
Yeah.
times, long distance I think is such a unique environment that forces you to grow with your
Mm,
partner because it's not like I can see her every weekend and we go out to the movies, we go out on a date, we have a movie. We don't get to see each other in the physical, so it forces us to build that communication aspect.
yes.
Like when we're on FaceTime, it truly is like not only are we just kind of just cracking jokes or whatever, but we make sure to check in with each other. Hey, what was the high of your day? What was the low of your day? You
Being
know,
very intentional, like
the
not
Yeah.
just oh what up, oh you're there, I'm there. It's just
the
like no, this is valuable. And so when I do get to see him in person, it's very valuable time. And so I feel like when we are blessed with the opportunity to merge our lives together and live in one household, this experience is going to allow us to value that time even more because there
yeah,
was such a long period of time that we were not together full time.
yeah,
Right. And also, if you're trying, and it's not working, then what do? You try somewhere else.
yeah,
It's that simple. If you just think that, oh, you're going to find your person where you are, then you're going to be single for a very long time. It's just the
Right.
truth, because
yeah,
Yeah,
realistically, like where you are, if it's not working, you need to start exploring. And
absolutely.
one thing that I always love about life is traveling. When you travel, that's when you really experience life. You
yeah,
I
experience how
agree.
other people live, other cultures, how other people are, how they get on with their lives. Then you start realizing, raw, like everywhere is different. I can actually adapt to this. This can work. Like even if you go
yeah,
from state to state, there's a difference.
yeah,
So many different. Like, the states different, difference how people talk, how people move. So when you start traveling, you start opening your eyes, and you're like, oh, you're actually meeting new people, and you're learning new things that you never knew before, and it makes you actually want to, you know, it gets you excited because I guarantee because you're both not from the same place. It's almost like you've been learning about each other every day,
Yeah.
Oh
new
yes,
things all the time. So, like I said, if you cannot find your person, try somewhere else. You know,
Yeah.
absolutely.
please don't complain about single, single, single. If you're not exploring, because that's
Yeah.
on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
What advice do you want to give people that come on the show?
Don't knock long distance. You know, long distance, you really might miss out on your blessing because you feel they're too far to travel to. You know, sometimes the person might show you tenfolds why they're worth it, why they're worth that wait, why they're worth just building that communication aspect. So I would that's one of the main things I would say is don't knock long distance or look at it as, oh, I need to be around my, yeah, we all have, you know, those feelings, but it truly, like I said, forces you to just build that conversation aspect. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people have terrible communication in dating nowadays, and majority of our relationship is communication.
Mm,
You
Mhm.
know,
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that, and I would just say, just like what you said earlier, putting God first, making sure that God is the center
Hmm.
of your relationship, of your life, and you truly will see that things will align itself in the way that they need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I,
And for you,
I would
Kalani?
say, I would say, my first thing I would say is don't miss an opportunity. So meaning like if your gut is telling you that this could possibly be my person, like don't second guess yourself because you're probably right.
Right.
And then the second thing that I would say is oh, I just lost my train of thought. Um,
I was just gonna
what was
say,
the second thing I was gonna say?
don't be too prideful to spin the block.
Oh, okay, that's a great one. That's a great one. Yeah. Spinning the block is not something to be ashamed of
Yeah.
at all. Sometimes, you might have messed up. You might have fumbled the ball and you might need to just go pick it up while it's still sitting right there cuz somebody else is coming for it. I promise you that.
Yeah. I know for
Mhm.
sure. And also listen to each other. Like I love how you're both just praising each other, you're both just listening to each other. And it
Yeah.
just looks like you are meant for each other. So that's great.
Thank you,
Oh,
man.
thank you.
So thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast. We will keep up with you to see how it's all going.
Yeah.
Kalani, you are part of the Pop the Balloon family now. Just because you was on the
Thank you.
show, you still you're part of it now. So and
Thank
I
you.
hope the best for you both. And I hope that if you are getting married one day, invite me. I want to come. You feel me?
Oh
So
yes. Oh
and
yes, definitely.
yeah, me and Alex will
Got you,
definitely
man.
come. And yeah, just keep on going. And even though you two you're both musicians, right? You're making it work because people say musicians and musicians they can't work.
Yeah.
You know, never listen to so much of what people say. You know, we get
Yeah.
Yeah.
thousands of comments, right? And people keep saying, "Oh, long distance. Why don't BM say something?" And it's like, if I respond to every single comment, I'll be here till the end
Be
of the
there
world.
forever.
Right.
You feel me? I say this multiple times about long distance. If you do not watch the show, then that's on you. But yeah, just listen to each other and everything will be great. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and everyone for watching. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.